Imagine this. You finally get a job. You survive the interviews. You sign the offer letter. You tell your family. You post on LinkedIn. And just 18 months later, you're back on job boards at 2 a.m., questioning everything. Now here's the shocking part. In the United States, changing jobs every 1 to 2 years is normal. In some industries, it's expected. In others, staying too long is actually a red flag. Meanwhile, in many parts of the world, staying at one job for 10, 20, even 30 years is seen as success. So what's going on? Are Americans impatient, disloyal, greedy, or is the system quietly pushing them to leave? Stay with me because by the end of this video, you'll understand why Americans don't stay, why the system rewards quitting, and why this habit is slowly reshaping the global workforce. And I promise you, once you see it, you won't be able to unsee it. Let's start with the hard truth no one likes to say out loud. In America, loyalty is rarely rewarded. That's not an opinion. That's math. Most American companies give annual raises of 2% to 4%. But when someone switches jobs, they often get 10%, 20%, even 40% more overnight. Think about that. If you stay loyal, you grow slowly. If you leave forward. So Americans didn't invent job hopping. They adapted to an incentive system that punishes staying. Let me ask you something, be honest. If you worked hard for 3 years and got tiny raises, but another company offered you double the growth in one move, would you stay? Comment below. Would you stay loyal or take the jump? Now let's talk about something deeper. America is built on the idea of movement. People move cities, they move states, they move careers, they move identities. The American dream isn't about stability. It's about upgrading. Better job, bigger paycheck, more freedom, more flexibility. From a young age, Americans are taught, don't settle, you can do better. If you're unhappy, change. So when a job feels stagnant, they don't endure it, they exit. In many cultures, staying is strength. In America, leaving is strategy. Now let's talk about at-will employment. This one changes everything. In most U.S. states, your employer can fire you at any time for almost any reason. No long notice, no explanation, no protection. So Americans grow up knowing one thing: my job is not permanent. And when security doesn't exist, loyalty becomes risky. Why give your life to a company that can replace you in a week? So workers do what companies already do. They keep their options open. Here's something that might surprise you. In the US, job hopping is often the fastest way to learn. Different company equals new tools. New boss equals new leadership style. New role equals new skills. Instead of waiting years for internal promotions, Americans collect experience like currency, especially in tech, marketing, media, startups, finance. Your resume grows faster by moving, and recruiters know this. In fact, many hiring managers prefer candidates who've worked at multiple companies because it signals adaptability. Let that sink in. In some countries, switching jobs often makes you look unstable. In America, it can make you look valuable. But wait, there's another reason people don't talk about enough: burnout. American work culture is intense. Long hours, high pressure, always on. Emails after midnight, weekend Slack messages, vacation time, limited. Sick days, questioned. Mental health, often ignored. So people don't quit because they're lazy. They quit because they're exhausted. And instead of slowing down, the system says, find a better company. So they leave again and again and again. Let me ask you this. Should people adapt to burnout? Or should burnout be fixed? Drop your thoughts in the comments. Now let's talk about benefits, because this part is huge. In many countries, healthcare is universal. In the US, it's tied to your job. That sounds like a reason to stay, but ironically, it causes people to leave. Why? Because better jobs often mean better health insurance, lower deductibles, better mental health coverage, family benefits. So switching jobs isn't just about money. It's about survival. People aren't chasing luxury. They're chasing basic security. Here's another uncomfortable truth. Companies themselves normalize job hopping, layoffs, downsizing, restructuring, mergers. Even profitable companies fire thousands of employees to optimize costs. So workers learn the lesson. Never get too comfortable. If companies don't commit to people, people don't commit to companies. It's a mirror. Now let's zoom out. America's economy moves fast. Industries rise and fall quickly. Skills become outdated. New roles appear overnight. So workers move to stay relevant. Someone starts in journalism, moves to content, then marketing, then tech. In many countries, that looks chaotic. In America, it's normal because identity isn't tied to one profession. It's tied to growth. But there's a cost. Constant job hopping creates anxiety. No roots, no long-term teams, no sense of belonging. Many Americans secretly crave stability, but fear being left behind if they slow down. So they keep moving, even when they're tired, even when they're unsure. Now here's where it gets really interesting. The rest of the world is watching and copying. Remote work, freelancing, contract jobs, gig economy. American job culture is spreading globally. Stability is becoming rare. Flexibility is becoming normal. And the question isn't, why do Americans change jobs so often? The real question is, are they early or are they warning us? So let me ask you this because this is where you come in. Would you rather stay at one company for 20 years with slow growth or change jobs every few years and build faster? Is job hopping freedom or just another form of pressure? And if loyalty isn't rewarded anymore, what should replace it? Drop your thoughts below. I read them all because this conversation isn't just about America. It's about the future of work for everyone. And if you stay till the end, you already see the system differently now.